last time. Just what enabled her to get those looks against the Bulldogs in that last game?
Well, I just think it was her night. I think she's somewhat of a matchup problem for them, and then they played off of our point guard, so it gave her an opportunity to see the floor and see where she can exploit, where she can get shots off, and where she can get to the basket.
Obviously, Asia didn't play in that game, and they got burned by Bianca. So, what do you expect from them defensively this time?
Well, I think they're gonna be stingy. They're gonna play their man to man. I think they much prefer to play man than zone. I do think they'll play a little bit more zone because of Asia plans. I mean, we're ready for them to play either way. So it's good to have Asia back in the fold, and hopefully she can allow us to get some separation.
Don, you told us the other night that it was a good win, but there's a lot of basketball left. How comfortable are you with thinking that they know that as well?
Georgia or
No,
us?
no, your
Us?
guys. Yeah.
Well, if you were in our practice today, we're not going to let them off the hook. I saw something a little bit different in our team against Mississippi State, and we're going to keep pulling that out of them. For them to be able to compete for 40 minutes, it's there, and that's the thing that we've been struggling with all season long. But they put it together, so hopefully we won't look back. And there is a lot of basketball. I explained that to them after our game. You got playing in this league, there are no easy nights. None. Some may be harder than others, but there are no easy nights, and especially on the road.
Is that one of the hardest things when you have a talented team to just kind of get them up for a strong effort night after night after night?
That is pretty tough, and it's tough because the newness of our players. Like, we don't have vested players. This is their first time around, and you would think that they would be, so amped up to play. But when you have so much talent, they just think we're just going to out talent them, and you can't, because people will outwork you. We were on the other side of just outworking people, and usually people out talented us. I just don't want to, have that mindset. We got the talent, we have the ability, and we need to do that, night in and night out.
What are you looking for out of your team tomorrow night?
Just to give the same type of effort, the same type of focus, the same type of 40 minutes of play. But I would like for us to continue to get better just communicating. There were some lapses in the Mississippi State game that that could have cost us the game, and it was the communication breakdown. So hopefully we'll continue to work that and get better.
Yeah, you talk about how difficult it is night after night, for players to show up, but especially after a huge win like Monday night, does that make it maybe even a little bit more challenging?
It is, and you don't let them off the hook. I think they probably want to come in and just go through the motions a little bit, because it's draining. It was an emotional game. It was a physical game, and it was a draining game. And when the rebound game is always very, very hard. So I just try to make sure that they, I was under their skin a little bit today to make sure that they're not taking anyone lightly, and they don't. But kids are kids, and they get exhausted with classes, with basketball, and then having a draining game like that.
Coach, as you gave your staff a lot of credit for taking it one game at a time and not looking forward to anything like that, how is it that y'all keep them focused on after a big win like Mississippi State, getting ready for the next game, and not even looking forward to a big game like UConn?
Well, I mean, we got a 24-hour rule. We win or lose, we give it 24 hours, and to enjoy it, or just kind of decompress if it's a loss, and then we get back into the swing of things. In our league, you can't really, you can't look ahead to UConn. You can't do it at all. You look ahead to UConn, and you could drop a few games in our league. So our league makes you focus on each game, night in and night out.
Don, what have you seen from Asia? How do you think she's recovered? The points kind of speak for themselves, but from your perspective.
Well, the points and the stats are there, but the emotional part of it, she missed basketball. You could tell she missed playing. She missed being out there. She's voiced that, and she's playing like she had to sit out for a week and a half. And when a player as good as Asia can recognize that and actually execute out on the floor, just doing the little things. I just thought she just played with, an incredible will to win, and she didn't want our team to lose that night.